Hey, what's going on? It's Felix, and it is 8:49 at night on a Tuesday, and I want to talk to you about what it feels like when you're powerless because you don't have a platform, you don't have a way to get out your message. So, I just recently finished watching that Netflix show When They See Us. One of my gym friends, he's in the movie. He plays one of the older characters, Yusuf, in the movie or in the show, and I really want to watch it, and Netflix was really pushing it, so I decided to watch it. And I totally binged it. I watched the entire thing, and it's really depressing, man. It's a really depressing show because it's about, if you haven't seen it, you don't know about. It's about the Central Park Five, which is about five black teenagers between the ages of I think 13, 14, 15, and 16, that were essentially forced into a false confession for the assault and rape of a woman in Central Park. And they were interrogated without their parents. They were lied to get a confession out of them, and it was just like so sad to watch, especially now that I'm a parent. It becomes like really clear how precious time is, and these kids were like locked up for I think like 6 years up to like 12 years for some of them. So they would go into prison as kids and then leave as adults, and just seeing that scene where they come out and see and hug their parents for the first time outside of prison. They're grown up now, and thinking about all the time lost, all of the dinners, the birthdays, the family vacations, the holidays, all that time robbed from them was just depressing and sad. And I couldn't help but think, about the injustice, right? The injustice from the judicial system, from the cops, and particularly the media, who portrayed them as guilty from the get-go. They didn't really give them a chance at all in the court of public opinion, and they got railroaded by the cops and then the judicial system, and then also railroaded by the media. And I started thinking, like, what if this happened in 1989. So I was thinking, what if this happened today, where you have social media and podcasting and people have their own platform? And I think that's the most empowering thing about having your own platform, about having a podcast, is that you cannot be silenced. I think these kids were silenced because the media wasn't covering their side of the story. So I started thinking, like, what if that happened today? Like, what kind of power would they have? Could that even happen? I think obviously things could happen, but like, could they get away with as much today with the ability for people to go to broadcast, to put out their own side of the story? So that was like really eye-opening for me about how important it is to have your own platform, whether it be to spread your own message, whether it be to fight injustices like this, whether it be to grow your following, grow your audience. Just having your own platform just is almost like a superpower. You almost become a little bit more untouchable because you have a platform, you have a way to kind of get the attention of the world on your side, get the attention of the world, or get the attention of the corner of your world on your side. So I think that's important. I think that's important for people to have their own platform, for that exact reason. I think if this happened again, this story happened in 2019, maybe they wouldn't be able to get away with that because people have their own platform to get their own message out. And that was kind of the at the end, they all got out, and it wasn't until Netflix really put out this show and pushed it until they kind of got to clear their name and tell their story a bit from the side of from the side of the public opinion. So it didn't turn out, obviously the best way because they spent so much time in jail. But finally, they have a platform. They have an independent, studios pushing this kind of content that finally made onto a platform like Netflix. But 20, 30 years too late. So that's a big eye opener for me. That's what I realized about having a podcast, having your own podcast, having your own platform, having your own way to put out your own message. It gives you a superpower and protects you, whether it means protecting you from injustices, allowing you to amplify the voices of the people of the cause that you care about, and it's very powerful, So that's kind of the reason why I find podcasting so important, and why I think it's such an important asset for people to build. So if you're thinking about starting a podcast, you're thinking about getting this kind of superpower, again, whether it is to spread your own message, to get it all out there. I want it to be as easy as possible for you to get your way onto the way of success and launching your podcast. There's a free book if you're interested in launching, growing, monetizing your podcast. Just head over to podcastingsecrets.co and you can grab it for free. And definitely check out the TV show. It's like, I think 4 episodes, amazingly done. It tells a really important story, and we get to see what it's like in the world where all the media, all of the news, all the communication is held by a few giants. It's no longer the case these days, but you have to take advantage of it if you want to be able to not be silenced. So hopefully that helps you out and helps you, convinces you to start your own podcast and convinces you to do it sooner rather than later. So take care. Take care.